Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the final sports beat of the fall semester. I'm your host, Jake Epstein, and we have a jam-packed show for you tonight. We start off on the gridiron in the world of college football. We then hit the ice with a peek at the NHL season so far. After that, we'll be joined by star basketball player Sorella Neza to recap their hot start to the season. We then keep our eye on the Pride with our Pride Top 5 of the month, and then we'll have a special edition to determine the best play from Hofstra this past semester. To wrap up, we'll take a look ahead in athletics with our Pride Weekly update and crown our Athlete of the Month. Don't go anywhere because Sports Beat starts right now. The world of college football has been buzzing with action between Heisman winners and the upcoming playoff. Here to break it down with me are Mike Palumbo and Peter Nicolino. We've got Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama made it into the college football playoffs. We know who's here, but we also know who isn't. Do you guys think that the committee picked the 4 best teams to represent them in the playoffs?
Absolutely. When you look at it in Florida State snub, that's been the big story. I think we need to cut the chatter with that. Alabama, an SEC team, is going to make it in over a average ACC team all the time. Florida State does not have the strength of schedule, only played 2 compared to Alabama's 5. And when you look at it, Alabama making it in over Georgia, when you lose in the last game of the season, obviously you're going to get the axe. And for Florida State, unfortunately, it just didn't go their way.
Jake, you really need to look at this like here. There are 5 major conferences and 4 teams. If 5 teams went undefeated, only 4 making it, somebody has to be left out. And looking at it like this, appearance matters, style matters, and unfortunately, marketability matters. If you can sell airtime, if you can sell tickets, if you can get more people engaged and make more money for the college football playoffs, they're going to take consideration into that, and that plays a big factor. Unfortunately, that took a big decision in making this whole entire 4-team playoff bracket.
Well, it was a big decision, and on Saturday, another big decision was QB Jaden Daniels from LSU won the Heisman Award. Did the committee make the right decision there, boys?
In terms of statistics, absolutely, the committee made the right choice. When you look at Jaden Daniel, he was an absolute human highlight reel this year, leading in passing efficiency, leading with touchdowns and third and pass yards, and led QBs and rushing yards. So clearly the number 1 choice.
50 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, absolutely outstanding. In the 3 losses LSU had against Ole Miss, Alabama, and FSU, he had 9 total touchdowns and averaged 413 yards. In your losses, you're averaging over 400 yards. Absolutely outstanding, absolutely deserving of this Heisman Trophy.
Well, he was a great quarterback. Another great quarterback, FSU, Jordan Travis, took to social media and apologized for not breaking his legs sooner. See the tweet there. Lots of questions about how they could have made this top 4. What do you think FSU could have done differently for the committee to put them in the playoffs?
Besides losing their quarterback, strength of schedule, honestly. You look at their schedule right there, they have two cupcake games, and you honestly think with the ACC is not as strong as it used to be. 20 years ago, Miami, not as great as it used to be, hasn't even sniffed top 10 in such a long time. And also Clemson fallen off with Dabo Swinney. They haven't been relevant in the past few seasons as well. And then when you look at it, the 2 teams that they did schedule for those cupcake games, maybe you think they could have scheduled another ranked opponent or just someone more challenging, because you tell me the top 2 teams in the ACC are Louisville and Florida State. Obviously, that SEC team is going to nudge them over. And the second thing they could have done, pray. Hoped and prayed that Georgia won, which obviously didn't go their way.
Well said, Michael. But in going back to it, what could they have done differently? Not had their star quarterback go down with a season-ending leg injury, have more money to play players at the beginning of the season, be named Alabama. That helps a lot. But going back to it, marketability matters, and they're just not a marketable team at this time.
Well, FSU is not going to the Rose Bowl, but Michigan and Alabama are. It'll be an intense matchup. Videos were posted to social media of Michigan reacting to finding out they'd be playing Bama. Is Michigan scared? Guys, should they be scared? Michigan has lost 6 straight bowl games, while Alabama has won 6 straight consecutive college semifinal games. How does that culture play an impact on the Rose Bowl?
Michigan 100% should be scared. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You said it before, 6 straight bowl game losses, and Jim Harbaugh over with Michigan 1-6. And you even look at his success in the NFL. He always struggles in the big moment. He couldn't get it done against his brother in the Super Bowl. He couldn't get it done against Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer ran the field with him when he was at Ohio State. He couldn't get it done against Jimbo Fisher in the Orange Bowl. And now Jimbo axed at Texas A&M. And last year, TCU had a field day. So obviously, when you look at it, time and time again, Jim Harbaugh has proven to be good, not great. And now you're telling me Coach Saban, 7-time national championship, arguably the greatest coach in college football history, has a month to prepare against this team. Of course, they expected to play Florida State. They didn't, and they are panicking.
Jake, anytime you go up against a coach that has 7 national championships, one as recent as 2020, you have to have some sort of a fear. But I want to go back to that video that we had just showed of the Michigan team players reacting to playing against Alabama. And I have to say, was that not a proper reaction? I mean, what are they supposed to be doing? If they had played FSU, if that's who they had ended up playing, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to badmouth their opponent? Are they supposed to talk trash about them? No. They are respectful, and they understand that this is the opponent they have, and luckily they have a history with them, and they're going to go up, and I think they're going to go out and conquer Alabama.
Well, the primetime game is Washington taking on Texas. This is going to feature 2 aggressive, offensive-minded head coaches who did a great job in their conference championships. Boys, who's the more well-rounded team that will come out on top with a victory in the Sugar Bowl?
Give me Texas over Washington. Love Steve Sarkisian at Texas. Great offensive mind. And then you got Quinn Ewers being the field general. He solidified himself as the next great Texas quarterback there. And then on the defensive side, you have Tavondre Sweat, Outland Trophy winner, and he's going to be their secret weapon on defense. And that's who I like in this game. Give me Horns.
I'm going to take the opposite there, Michael. I think Michael Penix will be an X factor in this game. I think he's going to go for 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards. And guess what? We saw that last time. They faced each other in 2022. And what happened? It was a 27-20 victory in favor of the Huskies. I think we're going to see that again.
Well, guys, the question on everyone's minds, rapid fire, who do y'all expect to win the national championship?
Give me Alabama over Michigan. Beat 5-0 against ranked college football playoff opponents, and then give me the Horns over Washington, but then Horns down Alabama in the Natty.
Ooh. Well, just said Michael Penix. He's going to be leading them to the national championship game, but I've got 7 words for you, Jake.
What are they?
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Michigan all the way. I see blue going all the way, and J.J. McCarthy lifting up that national championship.
Well, I appreciate the picks, boys. We'll have to head over to the sports books. Well, that'll do it for college football talk. We head over to the ice now, where Dallas Jackson has your NHL update.
Thanks, Jake. There's a lot to catch up on in the rink, so let's get right into the action. The New York Rangers currently hold the best record in the Eastern Conference and have opened up a 7-point lead in their division on the second-place New York Islanders. Goalies Igor Shesterkin and Jonathan Quick have led the way for the Blue Shirts this year, combining to allow 2.54 goals per game, which is top 10 in the NHL. From the city to Long Island, the New York Islanders have climbed their way to the second place in the wildcard standings, despite having a negative goal differential on the year. Center Brock Nelson and Bo Horvat have helped keep the Islanders afloat, as the duo has accounted for 22 goals and 47 total points. Staying on the East Coast, the Boston Bruins have started the season on a high note after last year's disappointing first-round exit. They currently hold the best goal differential in the conference at plus 22 and are tied in the points column with the Rangers for the top spot in the Eastern Conference. To the west now, where the Vegas Golden Knights have shown no signs of a Stanley Cup hangover. The Knights have the most points in the NHL with 45 and are tied for the second best goal differential in the league at plus 32. Hanging tough with Vegas is the Vancouver Canucks, who have the second most wins in the Western Conference. Center JT Miller leads the Canucks with 42 points in 29 games, while Brock Besser leads the team with 21 goals. On the other side of the Western Conference, the Central Division has had a chaotic start to the season. The Colorado Avalanche currently stand alone at the top with 36 points. The Dallas Stars are right behind the Avs with 35 points and a game in hand. Needless to say, you're going to want to keep your eyes on the ice for what will surely be a thrilling NHL season. SportsBeat will be back with more right after this commercial break.
When it's Thursday night and you've got nothing to do, we got a little show that you can get into. Get your coat on, put your vape pen away, see the funniest thing that you'll see all day.
We've got Skylar, Emily, and Dustin, Soad, and Jake. Look out for Jade and Richie's Thursday news break.
Yeah, there's twiggles, jiggles, giggles, music, sometimes cocaine.
I love math.
Mob therapy, adultery, and spilling champagne.
If you don't watch TNL, you're going straight to somewhere bad.
Hello and welcome back to SportsBeat. The women's basketball team is off to a solid start this year, spearheaded by grad student Sorel Neza. She joins us live in studio now, but first, let's take a look at her highlights.
For a pass. She reverses back to Sarah. That pass goes in. Now here comes Anisa the other way. She puts one up and scores.
The old right wing. Sorel Neza open look for a three and knocks it down.
We get a screen from Swint. And Neza, she'll take the three. Sorel Neza, it's good.
Hard for off the fight to get out of their own end. Now here comes Neza down. She puts in a tough layup.
6 to shoot. Ineza followed by Hardy. Step back at the free throw line is good. Oh, what a shot.
The new piece of the starting lineup is Brooke Anya, who wears number 0. As Ineza's jumper is good.
Shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock remain. And now moving, dancing in the paint, puts up a tough layup.
Press here by the Delaware State Hornets. Get it to Ineza on the right side, looking to go for a layup and floats it home.
Oh, break there for Hofstra.
Yeah.
This is part of the court. As Ineza down the right side, big bucket.
And Allie Knight looking, moving and gives out to Ineza, three-pointer of her own, and that one goes.
We've got the superstar here herself, Sorel. You sit right behind me in PR, and I have to ask, the humble bragging in class is just so low-key, but how has it felt for you to continue to, go on with your studies in public relations and represent the Pride on the court?
Well, thanks for having me first. It's been a blessing, honestly. The first time I stepped foot on campus at Hofstra, I knew this was home for me. So just being able to get 2 degrees from this school and represent Hofstra and play at the highest level is just amazing. It's a blessing, honestly.
Right, that's amazing. And now I'm curious to hear, how has it been learning and continue to grow with your team as a veteran player and, growing under Coach Danielle Santos Atkinson? Tell me about that dynamic and how has that evolved over the years since you both joined the Pride in 2019?
Yeah, it's crazy to say. We're going to year 5 together, so that's amazing. It's been amazing, coming as a freshman 5 years ago. She really took me under her wings and just showed me the way. She doesn't let me to be like mediocre. She just wants me to be the best every day. I've just been learning so much like life lessons under her wings, and every day, every year, I grow as a leader, as a person, on and off the court, and it's just amazing learning from her.
Right, and so much growth, and there's no doubt of your talent. And now I have to ask, the team has been struggling for a bit, and as of late, I just would like to know, can you talk about what do you think you need to do to bring back your play to where you expect it?
Honestly, I don't think I have to do anything different. The only problem is my shots haven't fallen, but basketball is a game of high and lows. You hit the highs and you hit the lows, and it's just all about how you're going to bounce back, hit a little bit of adversity, how you bounce back, how do you come back in the game and win the game. I just got to be a good teammate, keep working every day, shoot with confidence, and understanding that I have an impact on this team, whether my shots are falling or not. I'm still a leader, and I got to impact the floor on both ends of the game, on both ends of the floor, and God got me, so I'm good.
Love that, love that. And after playing Iona, you've had some time off, and I know you're back in the court this Saturday with Farmingdale State. So now I'd like to know, how have you spent the time off? Have you had any needed rest? How have you been preparing for a game on Saturday?
You've just been practicing every day, working on the stuff that we need to work on, obviously, sharpening our defense, getting a lot of shots up, and, just sticking to what works for us, like our identity as a team. And personally, just getting in the gym, working every single day, getting some extra work in, and that's it.
Right, and another question from me, Sorel, I couldn't help but peep on the gram that you and the girlies, I mean, the loyalty and the love is unmatched. And so I really just want to know, as we wrap the 2023 year and we come back in January, where would you like to go from here? Where does the team want to be in the next year?
Obviously, every year the goal is to win a championship. So we've been working extremely hard since the off season to get to that point. So, just like I said, sticking to what works for us, understanding our assignment, our game, our scouts, and just having fun with the process. Like, it's my last year. I just want to have fun, live a legacy, and just, go out with a bang. So, yeah.
Got you. And now, rapid fire, but I'd love for you to take your time on this. I want to start off with, what's your favorite game day hype song?
Okay, I have two sides. So I listen to gospel music, but then once I leave my room, I turn it up to like Lil Baby, Rod Wave, or stuff like that. So,
yeah, I've got the vibe. You're spiritual.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. Where does that come from?
My family. I grew up in a church with my dad, my mom, and everything. We went to church every Sunday, and just understanding that, I'm very strong in my faith. And God got me, like I always say, let go and let God. So I took that with me when I left home 5 years ago, so yeah.
I love that. Next question for me is, who's your favorite athlete of all time? Loaded question, but.
Tamika Catchings.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Love.
Yeah.
Couple more from me. Who motivates you the most?
My dad. Honestly, my parents, both of them. They've sacrificed so much for us to be my sisters and I to be where we are right now. And so they motivate me the most, yeah. Both my parents.
All right. Thank you, Sorel. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us, Sorel. Sports Beat will be right back with more after this.
Welcome to Hofstra Today. I'm your anchor, Amelia Sack.
And I'm your weather anchor, Natalia Swaza. We are honored to be Hofstra University's source of local and national news on campus. We are here to deliver the latest updates in weather, sports, entertainment, national news, and what's going on at and around Hofstra today.
Be sure to check us out on Select Wednesdays on the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication YouTube channel at 1:30 p.m.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Well, the weather is cooling down, but the Hofstra winter sports season is heating up. To look at the top 5 plays from this week, let's turn it over to the Pride Top 5. Let's get into it. Number 5, let's head to the MAC. Hofstra women's basketball taking over an Iona. Let's see, Brooke Anya is being double teamed right here, so she dishes it out to Fargo for the open look. No good off the rim. She's going to bully her way through. That's 6 feet of power right there, pushing it in and getting it off the glass. She tries to be a good teammate here, get the assist, but like mom in the kitchen when it's the holiday time, sometimes when you want something done right, you got to take care of it yourself. And there it is, off the glass for the easy 2 points. Crowd goes wild there. Moving on to number 4, we're going to head over to South Florida in the Gulf Coast Showcase for men's basketball at High Point. Tyler Thomas moving quickly. He's finding that blank space right there. He's able to get himself in there. This was a crazy move, a part of his great 40-point game that propelled them to that win against High Point. It was a great one right there, able to get them a better lead and secure the win there. And let's move on to number 3, Hofstra women's basketball playing at home against Lehigh. Emma Von Essen takes it right there. She's gonna go coast to coast, travel it in, lay it up off the glass. Easy 2 right there. Tries to get it right there, but ooh, Emma Von Essen has got other plans. She's gonna take it, gain control around the 3-point line, and this is why she's leading the team in points here at 12.8 a game. The Pride hosts Farmingdale State this Saturday at 5. You're going to see her taking an action there. From the hardwood to the mat, we head to the Keene Las Vegas Invitational. Noah Tapia against Jordan Williams. He's ranked opponent. Jordan starts Noah in the Boston crab hold and gets him in a single leg lock. Tapia slips out for the escape here, and the ref, you see him there, is awarding him for the point for the escape. He upsets a top wrestler. Let's take a look at that one more time just to see how Tapia did it. And this is the bright lights of Vegas. You need to be resilient. He's down, but he's not quite out. Jordan gets the points for the takedown, but he gets them back by getting the points for the escape. Hofstra Wrestling will host American University at the MAC on December 22nd. Let's head over to our number 1 play. Don't want to keep you waiting. Over the bridge and through the woods to Iona we go. Bryce Washington steals the ball, gonna go coast to coast and slam it home. Come on, you got to get the crowd going. That's gonna help them secure the win. He says, pucker up and kiss that possession goodbye. I'm him, and I'm gonna run home. Like Mike, take off right by the free throw line to slam it home. Now that we've covered the top 5 of this month, let's take a look at the number 1 plays from each episode and crown one play as our number 1 of the semester. So let's get into those top 5 of the best. We're gonna have a little bracket showcase, a little showcase showdown, if you will, here. We're gonna have show 1, we're gonna have it against show 2, we're gonna have show 3 against show 4. It's a showdown. We're gonna have it right here. We're gonna start with our play from show 1. Hofstra men's soccer playing Campbell. Teddy Baker has the ball, sees Goldthorpe open. He gets it so quick, I can't even catch up to him. That was his 2nd goal of the day, tied it up with less than a minute remaining. He's got ice in his veins. Let's go on to show 2, field hockey, shootout, William and Mary. They haven't won in conference 364 days, and that ends right there. The players run in, big hugs all around. The streak is over. That's a winning play right there from a winning team. Let's go on. Number 2, let's go right here. Show 3, CAA championship against Monmouth. Oh, it's our good pal, Elliot Goldthorpe. He's back again, tied at 1. Let's see what he can do. You know what he can do? He can make an impact in overtime. That's what he can do with just 4 minutes left. Get the crowd into it. You saw this play just a couple minutes ago, but let's see it again. Bryce Washington steals the ball, coast to coast, slams it home. This would prove to secure the win for the Pride. Between show 1 and show 2, I have to go with show 2. It's easy for me. They hadn't won in 364 days. That was a big play. Overtime. Show 3, come on. They went to the NCAA championships. They went to the 3rd round. They go on to lose to North Carolina, but it doesn't matter. He's got ice in his veins. That's the number 1 play from this semester from our Hofstra Pride. That was the top play, giving us a look. Come on, let's see it one more time. Let's see it. He's gonna shoot. Does he have that ice in his veins? Let's see it right here. Come on, Goldthorpe, let's see it. Boom, that's the goal right there. The crowd goes wild with 4.5 remaining. That's it. That's our top play of the semester. Giving us a look at what's to come for the Pride is Giuseppe Oliveri with your Pride Weekly Update.
Hey Sports Beats fans, I'm Giuseppe Oliveri and welcome to this edition of the Pride Weekly Update. The semester is coming to an end, so let's waste no time and get right into it. The MAC will be packed on Saturday as both men's and women's teams are in action. First, the men will host Norfolk State at 2 p.m. Tyler Thomas will look to spearhead Hofstra's attack after back-to-back losses to St. Louis and the Duke Blue Devils. Thomas has been a steady leader for the men's team with 23 points per game this season. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. In the second game of the MAC doubleheader, women's basketball takes on Farmingdale State. The Pride are looking to get back into the win column after losses to Lehigh and Iona. A weekend win against the Division III Rams would propel the Pride back to a winning record on the season. After finals week, wrestling and both basketball teams will hit the road for matchups before the holiday break. The Hofstra wrestling team travels south to take on Morgan State and Bloomsburg in a series of dual meets. Keaton Kluver will look to lead the Pride back to victory after falling to number 1 ranked Penn State. With Morgan State currently sitting at 1-6, both squads are eager to turn things around. Match times are set for 2 and 4 p.m. The women's team will travel to the nation's capital to take on a struggling Howard Bison team who are currently on an 8-game losing streak. The men will have a longer journey ahead of them as they have a cross-country flight to Viva Las Vegas as the Pride match up with the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. Hofstra will have their work cut out for them as the Rebs sit at 3-4 with a competitive schedule ahead of Mountain West play. For more information on schedules, live streams, and more, visit gohofstra.com.
Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Hello and welcome back to Sports Beat. Joining me again to crown the Athlete of the Month are Peter and Mike. Guys, welcome back to the desk. Who has impressed you in the past month for the Pride?
For me, it's got to be Hofstra's leading scorer, Tyler Thomas. Since the absence of Aaron Estrada, Hofstra has been looking for that new player to take over, and Tyler Thomas has been that guy. This month has had a 29-point game against St. Louis. Last game, literally yesterday, Duke, 18 points, and he's also leading in three-point percentage. He's obviously taken over in that leadership role, and Speedy Claxton's like to say, guard you, and he's that next guard.
Peter, who is your pick?
Well, Mike, you just mentioned Aaron Estrada and Tyler Thomas being the guy behind Aaron Estrada. I want to talk about the guy behind the guy in D-Stone Dubar. D-Stone Dubar has been the most outstanding guy for me so far this year. He's got 20 points against Duke, 13 points against St. Louis, and 12 against Iona. That's 17, just under 17 points per game in the month of December, and just under 10 rebounds per game in the month of December. He's really been the guy for me that I've really loved to see on this men's basketball team.
Mike, Peter, you boys make a lot of great points. When thinking about who I had to go with my boy, Tyler Thomas. Ever since the moment Aaron Estrada pulled himself a Pat McAfee and said, I got Alabama, Speedy Claxton has been able to say, I got Tyler Thomas. I'm all right, because Tyler Thomas has been averaging 23 points this season. He's had 40 points per game. He had 40 points a game, in that game against High Point. Listen, there's a lot of choices you can go. You can go Coke and Pepsi. You can go apples to oranges. For me, I'm a Coke fan, I'm an Apples fan, and I'm a Tyler Thomas fan. The kids love him. He's had a great season, and he will undoubtedly have a great January as he did in December.
Fair enough. You're picking the guy that has, more personal fouls, and you're also picking the soda that has more sugar, so I guess that's just the type of guy that you are.
And that'll do it for this semester of Sports Beat. But before we go, we have many thanks to go around. A big thank you to my panelists, Mike Palumbo and Peter Nicolino. A special thank you to Sorella Neza for joining us, Fatima Moen in studio. Our updates were brought to you by Dallas Jackson and Giuseppe Oliveri. Finally, before we go, we want to say goodbye to our seniors this year and recognize them for graduating next week. Our former producer, Maddie Perkins, who's currently directing, our technical director, Erica Korbaszewski, and our stage manager, Angie Relacion. We have nothing but the best for you guys in these future endeavors, and we thank all of you so much for tuning in throughout the semester, and we'll see you in February. Until then, remember, always roar with pride.